Okay, perfect.
Let me fill up some cafe.
This is the Changhoff podcast, episode 4. I am AJ Denhoff. Here with me,
Jacob Chang.
let's get to it. Here we have a very special guest. This is
Chichi
Guadalupe.
Chichi Guadalupe Denhoff.
Chichi Guadalupe.
You might be asking, why is Chichi on the podcast? Well, very interesting question. AJ?
Yeah, so last week, I think it was the first day after we did the interview with Mom, and I'm posting clips to YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Check out the clips channels. And so I post a YouTube short, and I go sit on the couch, I'm doing whatever, and then I check my phone and I see that we got 500 views on it. So I'm like, okay, cool, it's doing well. Which short is that? And the preview picture is Chichi pooping. So I was like, hold on. So I checked the video, and I accidentally uploaded a video of Chichi pooping that I took that morning. And now it's the most viewed video on our channel.
Yeah. So, thank you, Internet, for showing us what works.
So, Chi, I just want to ask, how do you feel about the situation you're in with all your viral success? You know, you're somewhat of a celebrity now. How has that been for you? Yeah, it's funny you say that because I always thought you would do well with that. So it's good to see. I always knew you'd kind of stay humble and down to earth. Some dogs let it get to their head, you know.
Absolutely.
Some dogs go crazy with the fame. So
Yeah, but not this one.
No.
She is taking it very humbly and very gracefully. You know, she's a very elegant woman. And we appreciate you taking your precious time out of your day to come and sit down with us.
Yeah, thanks, Chi. We really appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
I'm remembering that I think there was an episode of the Changhoff vlog, which is me interviewing Chichi.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang, we really.
I gotta find a clip of that.
Yeah, if that's real, find a clip and I'll throw it on.
Yeah, there's definitely an episode. I don't remember if it was an interview, but there's definitely an episode about her, which was one of those days where we didn't have a lot of footage.
Yeah.
Anyway, shout out Chichi.
Shout out Chichi.
She's a real one.
She is a real one. Thank you so much for your time, Chichi. We really appreciate it. So, how you doing, bud? How you feeling?
Feeling all right. Got some coffee here. We got some of this Collectivo Black and Tan. It's a dark and light roast blend.
It's very good. You just made me a cup, and I'm sipping on it right now. I'm drinking it black. I usually don't like my coffee black, but this one is very good.
Pretty solid. Shout out Collectivo. They're
yeah,
based in
like
Milwaukee, but they have locations in Wisconsin and Illinois. So this is from Evanston. But yeah, there's some in Chicago. Good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff.
What else? What's been going on? Oh, I saw Dune. Part 2.
Tell me about Dune.
Oh my goodness. That's one of those movies that seeing it in the theater, it just makes everything 10 times better. Just the audio, having it just, your whole peripheral is just the desert and the fights and the conflict. Oh my goodness. Yeah, big fan of Dune. I read the book, I guess like 2019, 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a long book, but if you can get through it, there's some good stuff in there.
Yeah, my parents also went to go see Dune. They watched the first one recently on Netflix, and my mom really enjoyed it, and my dad really enjoyed it. So they decided to go see Dune 2 in the theaters, and she really enjoyed that one. They both really, really enjoyed it. So how did you feel about it? I know you liked it, but
yeah, I'll say Dune Part 1, I think, is just being somebody who read the book, it's such a small portion of the things that happen in the book. It's probably the first 10% of the book.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just kind of disappointed that they didn't really cover much. But then the second one is the rest of the book. So a lot goes down in the second one.
Yeah.
And they tweak a few things from the book, but I was super happy with, like, I felt like they did the story justice with the movie adaptation.
That's all you want from a movie adaptation, is for it to be real.
Yeah. But definitely, if you can see it in theaters, we got to see it in IMAX. I went with our friends Caleb and Steven, and we saw it in IMAX. And if you have the ability to do that, like, it's so worth it. Especially because you won't be able to after it's out of theaters. But, yeah, definitely recommend. One thing I was thinking, too, like, it we were talking a little bit after we saw the movie about the Dune Star Wars comparison,
Mm-hmm.
and because I think Steven said something about like, oh, like this is the Star Wars of our time, like we're all in the theaters like witnessing these sort of plot twists and reveals in real time, and like the whole theater is kind of experiencing it together in the same way that I know like people did with Star Wars in the 70s. But it's interesting because the source material, the Dune book, was written in like 1965, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I think George Lucas actually took inspiration for Star Wars from the original Dune story.
Mm.
So it's interesting that the source material came before, but now we're seeing this. I think there have been movie adaptations before, but this feels like the best movie adaptation, in 2024. And then I think they're doing another part, and that'll be like 25, 26 or something.
Interesting.
And then there's more books. So
yeah, aren't there like 5?
I think there's 5.
And this second movie only covers
It gets to the end of the first book, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know how big the rest of the books are.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how much happens, or how movie compatible those storylines are. But yeah, I would watch another 10 Dune movies, until they get bought by Disney, and then they're not good anymore, I guess. Yeah, it makes me want to go see more movies.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time I was at saw a movie IRL. I think it was when we went to go see Barbie in
Oh, yeah.
Evanston.
Yeah, that was fun. Barbie was a good time.
Yeah, Barbie was a great movie. I can't lie. It was very good. I was very entertained by
Yeah.
it the entire time.
Did you catch any of the Oscars last night?
No, not at all.
I think Oppenheimer won almost everything.
Really?
Almost everything.
Did you see Oppenheimer?
No, I haven't seen Oppenheimer.
I haven't seen Oppenheimer either.
I got to
so
check that out.
I don't know anything about it. My dad went to go see it,
Uh-huh.
and he said 2 things about it. One, that it was really long,
Uh-huh.
and that 2, he thought it was going to be about like the nuclear bomb, but it turned out it was about Oppenheimer, and then there was only like a portion of the nuclear bomb at the very end after like a 3-hour movie.
Yeah.
So he was a little disappointed by that. But my dad is a super big action
Yeah.
adventure type guy, so if there's not something blowing up, flying, or making no sense, he's not there.
He's a big action guy.
Yeah, he's a big action guy.
Dang, yeah, I got to check Oppenheimer. I mean, I heard a lot of different things. I think, yeah.
Have you been watching any shows recently that you've been into?
You know what show I've been watching that I love? The Floor.
The Floor?
Yeah, it's this new game show.
Never heard of it.
Hosted by Rob Lowe on Fox, and then it airs next day on Hulu. And it's based off, I think the original show is Dutch, but they did a U.S. adaptation. And it's a 9x9 grid of tiles. So there's 81 people out there standing, and everybody has a category. So let's say your category is F1.
Yeah.
So you're standing on a square, and you're the F1 square, and I don't know, something. But so they choose a random person from the floor, and they can challenge anyone to an adjacent tile to like a trivia duel.
Mm-hmm.
So then you duel, whoever you choose, you duel on their category, and then the winner takes all the tiles. So whoever wins that now has 2 tiles.
Mm.
So then if 2 people with 2 tiles challenge each other, whoever wins it has 4 tiles.
Mm.
And they keep going until somebody wins the whole board. But then whoever has the most tiles at the end of each day, at the end of each episode, gets like $20,000.
Oh, dang.
And then the final winner at the end gets $250K.
Oh, so I didn't even realize that it was like a ongoing show.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
almost like a reality
So
TV
the first
show.
season just ended.
What'd you think about it?
I loved it.
Huh.
It's just so simple and accessible that, like, I've watched it with a few different people. I've watched it with like different parts of my family, different friends,
Mm-hmm.
and like after somebody watches it for 2 or 3 minutes, you buy in and you're so engaged because like once you get the concept that it's just 2 people doing this trivia duel of trying to answer the question as fast as they can to try to stay on the floor, it's just really entertaining. But yeah, so I'm really excited. I don't know if they've technically confirmed a season 2, but it seems like it's done well.
Yeah.
Seems like it's been getting views. There was like an SNL parody of it, which I guess means it's like
It's doing
culturally.
something.
Yeah, it's doing something.
Do you want to do a Changhoff floor version?
So one day we were watching it, me, Lily, and some of our friends, and we're like, we could do this. I was like, I'll host it. I'll make a PowerPoint and have like different. But yeah, that could be.
That
It's
would
just
be
coordinating.
That'd be fun content.
Yeah, you just need a rectangle sized group of friends.
Hey, if any one of our friends who is watching this right now, if you want to be part of the Changhoff floor challenge, that's what it's called, right? The floor.
The floor, yeah. The show's called The Floor.
If any of our friends want to be part of the Changhoff floor challenge, please let us know, and we'll get you signed up, and we'll get this. We'll make this happen. I guarantee it. We'll make it happen.
We gotta think of like a similar name for copyright purposes. We gotta call it like the ground.
La Pisa.
La Visa. And it's all in Spanish.
The ground. I like the ground.
No, maybe like I don't know.
Name patent pending.
Yeah. A floor style show.
I recently just edited another video for DJ Fab, the guy that I've been video editing for, but it was really exciting because this time he did a little collaboration with these guys called the Ireland Boys, and it's exciting for me for a couple of reasons. Well, one, because the Ireland Boys are like Florida natives, and they're like Florida legends in the terms of the YouTube space. They got like 5 million subscribers or something like that. Yeah, it's crazy. They have so many subscribers. But anyway, so this guy that I've been editing for, he did a collaboration with them, and they made a video. So I just edited a video of them doing drive-through dares, and honestly, I wasn't sold on the video at the very beginning, but I think after the edit came out, I really enjoyed how I just was able to, how do I say, make their interactions, like, because they're just a bunch of, like, 20-something-year-old guys, you know? They're just, like, dudes, being, like, content funny, and I think I did a really good job of bringing that out and really accentuating it to make the video something that was enjoyable to watch. Anyway, I think it was personally one of my best videos that I've edited, and also one of the hardest that I've had to edit, to, like, bring from... Don't take any offense of this if you're watching this, DJ Fab or the Ireland Boys, but take like really unfunny, cringy, like raw footage, and then turning it into something that I actually thought was enjoyable. Was a really fun challenge. Did you watch the video? Did I show it to you?
Yeah, I saw the like the first half.
Uh-huh.
I didn't finish the whole thing, but I remember you talking about the editing process and kind of that it was a lot of raw footage and you weren't really sure how you're gonna handle it. But seeing the final, like, it seemed like it came together. Like, it was clear the premise. It was clear what they're, and I think that's the strength of the video, is just they're just hanging out, like having fun.
Yeah.
And that definitely comes across to the viewer.
If you guys want to watch that video, I'll put it right here. I also put a link down in the description, so you can just go and click it and watch it after this show.
So, let me ask you this: the Ireland Boys, you've mentioned before that they're huge.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of content did they make coming up?
They made a lot of skits, comedy, prank videos. They do a lot of those in public, like pranks on people where they pretend to be like Walmart employees and fuck around with people. Or they just had a clip, well, DJ Fab, but also the Ireland Boys were in it too. They just had a clip go pretty viral with like 1 million views where DJ Fab pretended to be Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that.
Just walking around in public, just pretending to be Pat Mahomes.
There's like some lady at a Walmart that totally bought it.
Yeah, and she was like, "Oh my God, let me take a picture. Let me take a picture." Yeah, so that they've been doing that type of stuff forever, and they still continue to do that type of stuff. And like I said before, it's not necessarily the content that I enjoy to watch anymore. There was definitely a point in my life where I did enjoy that type of content, but not so much anymore. But being a part of the process and editing these types of videos and like just seeing how they do, I do have like a newfound appreciation for it, and I was just really excited to do an edit and have it be a part of like the Ireland Boys universe, because who knows where that will take me, right? Like if someone watches that video that really enjoys it or enjoyed the editing process, then, or the editing of the video, then that's something that I can be proud of. And that's pretty much all I want.
Yeah, it's been cool to get to see you like flex your editing skills and get that practicing, get that not only practice but just being able to show off your skills.
Yeah, absolutely.
Add to the portfolio, kind of.
Yeah, I definitely have really enjoyed editing on a very consistent basis, and yeah, exactly how you said, flexing my video editing skills, because I almost didn't even realize how much I could do until I really had to like call on these skills
Yeah.
week after week
Yeah.
and do it. That was a lot of the stuff that I've been working on solo. I know that you've been working on a lot of solo stuff too. So tell us a little bit about that. Get into SoCal. I know SoCal's
Yeah.
been doing well for you. So get into that.
Tampa SoCal has been a project I've been working on, heavily inspired by Chicago SoCal. Shout out Chicago SoCal. But the concept is to just compile live music happening in the area and put it all in one place where somebody can go and look and see, if they recognize any artists, or if there's an artist playing at a venue they like, or if there's, they want something in a certain price range. So it saves a music goer from having to go and check 20 different websites or check 20 different Instagram pages. So the idea is to put it all together. So I started doing is an Instagram account, and then I added the Substack for email. So there's an email component, and then I just did a monthly one for the first time. Maybe I'll go grab one so I can show it.
Yeah, go grab one of
Go
those.
grab one. I'll be right back. Okay, so this is the March monthly. Check it out. I thought it'd be cool to do some physical ones, and the more I look at this one, I kind of don't like the way I did it. I think April's going to be a lot better, just because I had to narrow it down to fit a month worth of music onto a page. And the way I narrowed it was the biggest venues got priority, because I was just trying to make it accessible, like have artists that a lot of people know. You got Bob Dylan on here, you got Burna Boy, you got
Enrique Iglesias.
you got 50 Cent, so it's big artists. But I think the drawback is it's a lot of high ticket prices, and it's a lot of like touring very big artists. You don't get a lot of local artists. You don't get a lot of like the good value shows where it's like a pretty big artist doing a small venue. So definitely April will be a lot better.
But for a first run, this is phenomenal.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
I loved how these posters came out. He gave me one actually, and it's hanging up in my on my fridge right now at home. It's a bigger version though. This is the revised smaller version, which I love. I love this size for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, if any of you guys are Florida or Tampa based and you like watching live music, you gotta show love to the SoCal account.
Yeah, check out the I'd say Instagram is the best. Honestly, the email is the best experience. So I'll have a link. If you go to tampaSoCal.com, there's a link to the Instagram and the email newsletter. But either of those, I think the email and the Instagram are pretty good. So the posters, I'm still not sure how to do this because I need to find a way to cover my print costs. So maybe if I can find a sponsor and have like somebody's logo, maybe a few different sponsors, that would help. Because if anybody wants to buy one, if anybody wants an April one, I don't know how much it costs yet. I have to think about it, but
Pre-orders will be open soon.
yeah, April pre-orders.
April pre-orders will be here soon.
But I'm definitely going to continue doing the weekly, and then I'm playing with the idea of daily on Instagram. I'm not sure how sustainable that is, but I'm going to do it for a bit and see.
Try it out, get some data.
Yeah, so I did a couple daily. Actually, haven't done it. I mean, it's Monday though, so there's not a lot going on. Probably the daily ones will just be like Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
Maybe Thursday.
But a lot of these prints that you've been making, you've been taking them to local record stores, right?
Yeah, so I still got to figure out where is the best place to bring them, because I can't, I can only make so many, especially if I'm just pocketing the print costs. But I figured a good place to start would be record stores, just because you got a pretty high percentage of music lovers and people that like seeing live music, I think, going to record stores. So I hit up a bunch. I think like 10 to 12 maybe total. I will say if you're in Tampa Bay, Tampa, St. Pete area, my favorite record store has got to be, if you're in Tampa, I like Mojo. Mojo's cool. They got a lot of stuff. They got a lot of music. They got a lot of books. There's coffee there. The people are very nice, and it's a cool spot to hang out. If you're in St. Pete, check out Bananas. Big fan of Bananas. I think they actually have the largest collection of records in the world.
In the world?
In the world. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's
We'll
like
double check that.
millions. Millions.
Really? They
Yeah.
got millions in there?
Yeah. Well, so in the main store that is publicly accessible, that's just like a regular record store.
Yeah.
But then like down the street they have a warehouse
Oh.
that has a lot of stuff in it.
Wow.
So
Did not know that.
yeah.
Fun.
So it's pretty cool. Yeah, shout out Bananas. What else? There's a lot of good stuff though. I haven't had the time to really spend time and check out a lot of other places. So maybe my recommendations will update, but right now those are my faves.
So since you've been doing this with all the live music, has there been any live music that you've been going to or that you're really interested in that's coming up or that's coming up soon? Like, tell me.
Well, I can talk about some stuff I just checked out. What's today? Monday. On Saturday night, I got to see a few bands at Skate Park of Tampa. I didn't get to see Lychee Camp. They were the first band, but then I saw the Don't Belongs, and I got to see Pilot Jones, which I've been trying to see Pilot Jones for a while. I've been hearing a lot of good things about them, and they put on a show. It was a good time. It was like really high energy. Like the set was put together. Like they got songs, and they got fans too that know the words. So the crowd is like singing along to the chorus.
That's awesome.
And we're at Skate Park in Tampa, so there's moshing. There's like somebody will just ride through on a skateboard. So that was a good time. And then they had TV screens behind the bands. So during the Don't Belongs, they were playing like skate footage, like skate tapes, and then the whole Pilot Jones set. I'm pretty sure they were playing like an anime fight compilation, because it was just like you're just watching, and then it's like Rock Lee and Gaara, and they're like playing, and then like Gaara's fighting. And yeah, it was just all these different anime fights.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
That's pretty cool. I like that though.
Yeah.
I like that. Speaking of anime fights, rest in peace to our man Akira Toriyama, Dragon Ball Z inventor.
Yeah, inventor. It's one way.
The inventor and creator of Dragon Ball Z. They died over the weekend, so rest in peace. You'll be severely missed. I didn't really watch a lot of Dragon Ball Z, so you can hang me in the comments for that.
Dang.
But I can't deny its cultural relevance, and it's not like I know nothing about Dragon Ball Z. Like, it's so big to the point where, like, you know something about it.
Yeah, it's hard to miss at this point.
But yeah, definitely rest in peace to Akira Toriyama.
Yeah.
Great loss to the world, but you'll always be remembered through Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, there's definitely a moment at that Pilot Jones show. They have a song called Kamehameha, which is a reference to Dragon Ball. And they played a few anime themes actually that were really solid. They played like one of the OG Naruto themes, and that really hit. But yeah, there's definitely a moment where we all kind of sat with the loss of Akira, and it was kind of heavy. Yeah, I watched a bit of Dragon Ball. Like growing up on Cartoon Network at night, there was the Toonami. There would sometimes be Dragon Ball. I was always more of a Naruto guy, but I think so much of every anime that came after was definitely heavily inspired by Dragon Ball.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Oh, and then I saw right after that, I went to the Hub, downtown Tampa, right next to Tampa Theater,
Mm-hmm.
and I went to Emo Night Tampa, which was Big Sad and Pet Lizard. I didn't get to see Pet Lizard. I want to see Pet Lizard. I met them a little bit at GMF. They played our same stage. But I did see Big Sad, and they were rocking.
Mm.
Yeah. The guitarist Dave, he at one point, I'll throw a video of this up here, but he like stands up on a table and he's just shredding guitar, like standing on, and he's like singing and shredding, and there's just like this intensity that he plays with.
Just an overall good show.
He's going crazy. Yeah, shout out Dave Decker.
Yeah, speaking of Japanese media, you just got me into a game recently called Pokemon Unite.
Pokemon Unite.
Tell the people about Pokemon Unite.
Well, I heard about Pokemon Unite when it came out. Pokemon MOBA. So kind of like League of Legends or Dota, if anybody knows about those games. Where it's like 5-on-5. You're trying to progress through the map to take over the enemy base. I heard about it when it came out. heard some good things, heard some bad things. Generally, it's kind of like a simplified MOBA. Like, I think people that like playing League or Dota won't get into it because it's a little simplified. But I rediscovered it recently because my little cousin just got really into Pokemon over the last few months. He like loves Pikachu. He loves Charizard. He's got the Pikachu pajamas on. He's throwing Pokeballs. So I was just thinking about like someone that's 5-6 years old in that range engaging with Pokemon right now. Like when I was that age, I was playing the Game Boy games. But now, I don't know a better way to say it than now those games are boring. Like in the current gaming landscape, with how fast paced and how addictive mobile games are, like to be able to sit and play a turn-based RPG where you're taking turns attacking and also reading a lot of text, it's just slow. So I was thinking of what other Pokemon games are there, like, because there's Pokken, there's the fighting one, which is fun, but it's a little advanced. But so yeah, I was thinking of Pokemon Unite, so I downloaded it on my phone and I'm playing it a little bit, and I'm like, this is pretty fun. Like I'm running around Pikachu, I'm throwing electric balls, and it's like, it's live combat, so there's team battles, and it was cool. It was a good time.
Yeah.
And then I texted you and Isaiah because we used to play this game called Vainglory in high school.
Vainglory was the best.
Which was, it was a 3v3. Same style of game, MOBA, on mobile MOBA. That was really well done. Like
super well done.
The character designs were great. It was simple. Every character only had 1 or 2 attacks, but it was dynamic enough that, I mean, I've definitely put a lot of hours into that game.
Yeah, we put a ton of hours into Vainglory as a team. Rest in peace to Vainglory, such a good game.
Yeah.
But definitely this Pokemon Unite brings a lot of those aspects that I really enjoyed about MOBAs and about Vainglory, and just made them a little bit simpler and just more enjoyable. I can't put it any other way than that. It's a really fun game. I played it for the first time yesterday when you introduced me to it, and I downloaded it. And I played for like 2 hours straight. It was so much fun. Yeah, real fun game. I really enjoyed it. Who do you play?
I started with Pikachu. I think that's the default starting. But at some point, I unlocked Decidueye, and I was not losing as Decidueye. So I've been playing Decidueye since then. Yeah, there's just this one attack where you charge it up, and it's kind of like a long-range snipe, and it knocks out like half their health. And it has like a 3-second cooldown, so...
Not bad. I've been playing Pokemon, or not Pokemon. I've been playing... Fuck, I'm blanking on Pikachu.
Oh, Pikachu, yeah.
I've been playing Pikachu. It was the default one, but I really enjoy playing Pikachu, so I think I might stick with Pikachu long term.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious to keep playing and see. I think, too, it'll be interesting to play the ranked mode and get up and see what the high-level gameplay looks like. Because I think right now I'm kind of just playing against kids, and they're not doing very good. So.
Yeah. The competition has not been very fierce.
No, but I think in those higher ranks it'll get a little more competitive.
But speaking of games, games have been really essential to our life and my life for a long time. But I recently just got way more into this game. It's called Mahjong.
Yeah.
I don't know how much the audience will know about Mahjong, but basically it's a Chinese card game, but instead of cards, they're played with tiles. So the aim of the game is to get a winning hand. You play with 4 people, and the aim of the game is to get a winning hand and win. It gets a little deeper than that, but we'll just keep it at that right now. But I've been playing Mahjong for pretty much my whole life. It has always been there in the background whenever we had like family parties, family gatherings at my grandmother's house. Like she has a Mahjong set, 2 Mahjong sets actually, and yeah, it's just always been in the background. Whenever everyone's done eating dinner or lunch and everyone is, settling down, just hanging out, we usually bust out a game of Mahjong and play a lot. So, but recently I've been getting way more into it.
Yeah, I got to play a couple games of Mahjong at your grandma's house. That was a little while back. What was that, like October, I guess? November,
Yeah,
maybe.
it's been a few months.
A few months ago. But that was cool. I could definitely see that as a fun thing. Just hanging out at the house,
Yeah.
play a few rounds.
It's definitely a lot of fun, and I want to now kind of like pass on that tradition almost in a sense. So I've been thinking about hosting some like weekly or monthly mahjong nights at my house, and just invite some friends, invite some family, and just like have a nice little game night.
Yeah.
And just teach people how to play mahjong, because it's a game that I really enjoy playing. But you do need 4 players.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to come by 4 players or 3 other players. But yeah, so I've been really, really enjoying mahjong. If any of our friends or family are watching this and you want to come and join the Changhoff mahjong night, let me know. And
I don't know if it needs to be the Changhoff Mahjong night.
yeah, I'm just branding everything with
You don't need to brand.
Changhoff.
Oh, it could just be your own personal thing. Like,
But yeah, so if anyone wants to come and do a mahjong night, let me know, because those will be happening very soon, and I've been enjoying them. So,
didn't you say you were watching a Mahjong anime?
oh, I was watching a mahjong anime, and shit, man. So, without getting a little too deep, there's basically 3 major versions of mahjong. There's like the original Chinese version, and then there is an American version, and then there's a Japanese version. Though I would say those are like the 3 main ones. And the anime that I've been watching, they've been playing the Japanese version. And basically the difference between the Japanese version and the Hong Kong version, the Chinese version that I play, is that the Japanese version is a little bit more complex when it comes to scoring. And basically it is to incentivize rarer hands and more valuable hands, because they really like to play it for gambling. So it's like, the more valuable hands that you get, the more money gets passed around, and it just makes it a more competitive, dynamic game. But that's pretty much the only difference. And in those anime that I'm watching, this Richi Mahjong, the Japanese Mahjong, the first one that I watched was called Akagi. I don't know what Akagi means. That was just the name of the main character, Akagi. But basically, he was like this genius, prodigy mahjong player, and he went around facing like evil villains and just playing them in games of mahjong. And it was very intense and very hardcore, like a lot of cursing, a lot of dark themes. A lot of demonic themes, honestly.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They kept calling him like a demon, a monster. The moves that he was making were heinous. Like, just using very dark, dramatic words like that. And honestly, I love that aesthetic. I love that style. I love it so much. And I finished the show. It was only 26 episodes long, only 1 season. And I can understand why there was never another season, because across 26 episodes, he only played 4 games of mahjong.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so it was like he was playing against the same person for like 9 episodes straight, and it's the same, thing where it's like, is he gonna? He was playing for his life. It was like playing a game of mahjong to the death, and the narrator's like, is he gonna win or is he gonna lose his life?
That's the
We'll find out.
That's the Dragon Ball Z influence, where it takes them 10 episodes for one fight.
Absolutely. Yeah. That was pretty much my only complaint about Akagi. But it was great other than that. I just started watching a second mahjong anime. This one is called Saki, and that's also the name of the main character is Saki.
Is there any connection?
No. It is the complete opposite of Akagi. If Akagi is mahjong that is super intense and hardcore, cutthroat, demonic themes, this is 180 degrees. This is about high school girls who are coming together to join a mahjong club at their high school, to come together and get stronger together so they can go and win nationals. So, complete 180 story, so wholesome. The characters are just like little animated, little Japanese girls who are trying to win nationals. And it's very wholesome and very sweet, but also the gameplay of mahjong it's more about the camaraderie.
Yeah.
So there's less gameplay of mahjong in this show than in Akagi, but super wholesome, super cute show. and I'm enjoying it. I think I'm only 4 episodes in, so I'm not super deep into it. But yeah, that has been what I've been watching and enjoying, and making me really want to do my own mahjong night. He just wants to show off Nanny to the pod. Hi, Nanny.
Here, I'll pick you up. Oh, hold on.
Oh.
She's gonna start zooming.
She's going to start zooming.
Yeah, I just wanted to show Nala because she's the only pup now that hasn't been on the pod. So now all the pups have been on the pod. Nala, when she comes out here, she just zooms. She gets like... We're talking about Dragon Ball. Her power level goes like 100 times. She starts running like 200 miles per hour.
That's Lewis Hamilton.
She covers
speeds.
miles in seconds. Yeah, so that's Nala.
All right, let's talk about Rev Day.
Oh, yeah, Rev Day. So, Revolution Ice Cream. The original location was Brandon, Florida. Now there's one in Brandon, one in Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
They just recently celebrated their 11th anniversary. And every year on their anniversary, everybody gets a free scoop. So we went and got a free scoop. And it was cool. I remember the opening day, there was a line, must have been 100-plus people. Because their very first day, they did a free scoop of ice cream for anyone who came. So that went Facebook viral, the event of Free Scoop Day. And they've done it every year since. But yeah, we went and checked it out.
Yeah. Shout out to the Rev. They have given us a lot of ice cream over the years.
Yeah.
And it was a very special place for Changhoff, specifically because I think we have a few episodes at the Rev. And I don't know. It's just something that it's just a place that we frequented when we were in high school doing the vlogs. So definitely shout out to them. Happy 11th anniversary, Revolution Ice Cream. You're a big part of our lives, and we love your ice cream.
We do.
If you ever go, if you're in Tampa or Brandon and you go to the Revolution Ice Cream, tell them that Changhoff sent you. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. They won't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, we used to go a bunch, though. I remember there's a clip from the vlog where we walk in, and I forget who was working, but they're like, Changhoff. And we're like, what's up? Yeah.
My favorite flavor is, what is it called?
That's fat?
Matt's Fatty Rolls. It's
Yeah.
cinnamon roll flavor. Oh, the best. My favorite.
Yeah, he was actually just at Matt's Fat, not the ice cream, but the cookies. We were just at Indie Flea yesterday, and he was set up. He had all these. The cookies are like, the cookies are huge.
I've seen the fat cookies.
Yeah,
They are
the
fat.
cookies.
They are fat cookies.
So if you're ever at Indie Flea, I don't know if he does Ybor and St. Pete, but definitely at Ybor.
What's your
What? Oh, you can Uber Eats. Oh, you can Uber Eats Matt's Fat Cookies.
dope?
Ooh, okay.
What is your favorite Rev ice cream flavor?
My go-to is definitely banana pudding. That's what I got the other day when we went.
It was pretty good.
It's just a nice banana flavor. They got the vanilla wafers in there. Yeah. Also, their vanilla is really good. Like, just the quality of any ice cream is.
Yeah, you just can't go wrong with any
Yeah,
Rev
but
ice
there's
cream.
a lot of fun flavors if you want to try something weird. I also like, Lily, what's the one that's like a sorbet? It's like a... I don't know if they have it right now, but sometimes they have a strawberry Thai basil sorbet, and that is really good.
That sounds fantastic.
It's fire. On a hot day, oh my goodness. Yeah.
Shout out to the Rev. All right. Now it's the most important.
You have a costume change?
No, I don't have a costume change this time. It's the most important segment of the podcast where I talk about Formula One. Formula One. We were just in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. We have finished the second round of the Formula One championship season. The winner of the race was Max Verstappen. Second place, Checo Perez. Third place, Charles Leclerc. But let's talk about some fun storylines of the race. Overall, the race, in terms of entertainment value, I'd say it got a solid 6. Not a very eventful race. Nothing too much happened. But driving around the Jeddah circuit is very exciting. Very high speed. Lots of corners, 27 corners, very high speed. I think the average speed for the lap is like 215 kilometers an hour or something like that.
What is that in miles?
Probably like 160.
Oh, that's still pretty fast.
Yeah. So very fun, fast track. And now let's talk about some storylines. Carlos Sainz out of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix with appendicitis. Unfortunate for him, but he got replaced by this guy named Oliver Bierman. He's a Ferrari Academy driver, and he's also 18 years old.
Wow.
Very, very young. So he actually drives in F2 right now, and he got the pole position for F2. But with Sainz out, he gets a call to replace him and drive in Formula One. And so that's a very big chance for his Formula One career. And he took it by the reins and absolutely ran with it. I mean, in qualifying, his first time ever in the Ferrari car, he qualifies 11th, which is very good.
Out of how many racers? 20?
Out of 20.
Okay.
So 11th. I mean, it's a very competitive car, the Ferrari is, but for your first time in it on a circuit that is this difficult is absolutely just insane. So great job by him. And it didn't even stop there. In the race, he goes from P11 and he ends in 7th place.
Dang.
Getting himself 6 championship points on his Formula One debut. Like, very, very, very good job by Oliver Bierman. He got voted driver of the week by like 50%. Or
Yeah.
not driver of the week, driver of the day.
Okay.
He got voted driver of the day by like 50% of the votes, so he absolutely smashed it. In terms of other storylines here, we have Hulkenberg in the Haas finishing P10 with the alley-oop from Kevin Magnussen. Now, this was an absolutely intense battle that was going on at the back of the grid. For about half of the race, places 12 through 16th were glued together. I mean, there was probably 1.5 seconds that separated 4 different cars. It was absolutely insane. And what happened was Kevin Magnussen, one of the drivers for Haas, he got 2 really big penalties throughout the race. He had 20 seconds worth of penalties to serve, and he decided to do the ultimate team game, and he held up everyone behind him in order to give his teammate Hulkenberg enough of a gap to get a free pit stop in and get that 1 point for P10. So absolutely amazing work by him. What was your question?
No, I was going to say, what was the margin that Max won by?
Ooh, I actually don't know. It wasn't by that much this time.
Yeah.
I think he only won by like 7 seconds, I believe.
'Cause I remember there was a time last season where he was getting like 20-second leads or something crazy.
Yeah, the first race of the season, I think he won by 22 seconds.
That's insane.
That is insane. In a sport where they track to the thousandth of a second,
Yeah.
22 seconds is a millennium
Yeah.
of time. But yeah, so that was everything that happened at the most recent Formula One race. So the standings are pretty much like the results of the race. We got Max Verstappen in first, we got Checo Perez in second, and we got Charles Leclerc in third. And same with the constructors. Red Bull in first place, second place is Ferrari, and then third place is McLaren.
All right, well, here we are at the end of the episode, and now would be a good time to mention we made a Patreon. So if you want to support us, I think the only tier there right now is a $5 a month tier, and that gets you the bonus episode that we're about to record now.
Right now.
We're going to have an exclusive members-only Discord server, and then that'll probably be the hub for, a few different things. That's like, maybe we'll make a Minecraft server. Y'all can come play Minecraft with us. You could play Pokemon. We could play Pokemon Unite.
We could play Mahjong.
We could play Mahjong. We could play, we could play games. We could hang out. What else? If there's any other benefits people think of, we can do cool stuff. We can do physical stuff too. We can send stickers or postcards or something. We'll find a way to make it worth it. Like, there will be perks.
There will be perks.
So, well, yeah. If you want to support.
Yeah, if you want to be one of the early supporting members of the Changhoff Patreon, we'd really appreciate it. We're going to try to make it worth your time and your money as best as we can, and it's only going to get better from here. So,
yeah. So check that out, and then I guess now we'll do the bonus episode. So if you want to hear that, you gotta go sub on Patreon. Peace.
Thanks to everyone who watched the show. We really appreciate you. If you want to catch the extra show at the end, as AJ said, subscribe to us on Patreon. And if not, have a good week. We'll see you on Monday.
Wow. Look at that time. All right, let's just left feed our